are you from?
I'm from Canada.
Can you tell me the good thing in Vietnam?
It's just such a beautiful country. I did the Ha Giang Loop. Just like even coming down on the buses, it's just so beautiful.
Yeah. So how about the bad thing in Vietnam?
Not too much bad. Trying to think.
So how about the traffic?
The traffic, you're right. The traffic is bad, and crossing the road is very different here than at home. You have to like just walk and they drive around you. It's a lot, you know what? That's pretty scary.
So how about the traffic in your country?
We have bad traffic, but crossing the street is easier as a walker.
How would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
Well, I'm here on vacation, so life in my country, I'm like working most of the time. Also, it's a lot colder in my country.
Yeah.
And it's a lot, it's just I'm always working while I'm there, so I feel more relaxed here, but I'm sure when people live here, they're working, so it's different.
So how about the different culture?
The culture is very different. Here, most people I see, a lot of them look like they're from Vietnam, where I'm from in Toronto, like when you look at the street, you see so many different people from all different places that just live there, so that's a little bit different.
Would you consider living in Vietnam?
I think I would if I could get someone to come with me. I think I'd get lonely after being here by myself.
Where are you from?
England.
Spain. Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
The food. Pho, banh mi, everything is very good.
The people are very friendly.
So how about the bad thing in Vietnam?
Motorbikes and traffic. It's very dangerous because everyone's everywhere. Nearly crashes into you.
Same, I agree with you.
How would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
It's a bit calmer, but also a bit more serious. It doesn't seem as a bit more fun here.
So how about the culture?
Yeah, it's nice, it's friendly, it's an enjoyable culture, yeah.
Yeah, everything is a bit crazy here. Like everyone around in the motorbikes and trying to sell you some things in the UK and in Spain. Everyone is just living their lives and they leave you alone.
So would you consider living in Vietnam?
Definitely, yeah. I like Vietnam.
Yeah.
The South, I like the South. It's a bit more relaxed.
Hello, where are you from?
I'm from India.
So can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
One good thing in food and people are very kind and mostly Saigon city. I love Saigon and people are very helpful.
Do you have bad experience in Vietnam? The bad thing in Vietnam?
Maybe one bad thing when like little bit doesn't know English. That's the bad thing. If they are just improve English, they maybe connect with all over the world. The government improving English on a school, everywhere, teaching English. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, English is very important.
Yeah, very important for that.
How would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
Yeah, because of culture. Culture is different, but here is better. Every country different culture.
What culture different?
It's like in our country, the people are like wearing different dress, different eating, like same like you're Vietnamese, and you doesn't eat more salt, more like I would say that more chili. We like all spices. That's why, that's the culture.
So why you decide to live in Vietnam?
Because I love this country. The people are very kind. When I came here, I decided to live here. Maybe in future I spending here like 10 years if I find a good partner here.
So hello, what's your name and where are you from?
My name is Rosemary and I'm originally from the United States, but now I live in Cambodia.
I'm Jovan. I'm also from the US and I also live in Cambodia.
Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
The food in Vietnam is fantastic, delicious. I love Vietnamese food.
So what's your favorite food in here?
Probably pho, although also snails. Some of the Vietnamese snails are very delicious.
Yeah, so how about you?
I came here for the drinks. I want the egg coffee. I want the craft beer. That's what I'm here for mostly.
Oh, yes, egg coffee. Egg coffee is so good.
How about can you tell me the bad thing in Vietnam?
Traffic. Sometimes the driving seems very dangerous, and if you are walking, it can be a bit scary in Vietnam. Yeah.
Yeah, the traffic is a bit much. Lots of horn honking. But other than that, it's been great.
Yeah, really great, really great. We only arrived today, so we've only been here a short time, but so far we really like it.
So far, so good.
How would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
A lot of things in Southeast Asia are similar. But I think that each country has its own distinctive thing that makes it a little bit unique. Like Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand. Some things are similar, but they all have like a little bit different food, a little bit different fashion. So yeah, Vietnamese style is a little bit different.
Would you ever think about living in Vietnam for a long time?
I have thought about living in Vietnam for a long time. Yes, many times.
What do you like the most in Vietnam? The most? Just one thing.
The YouTube interviewers.
Oh yeah, you make a good point. Vietnam has the best street YouTube interviewers I've ever seen.
Yes, yeah.
We're lucky folks.
Very friendly people, very nice people.
Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
It's the cheap prices. Everywhere's really cheap, especially from us guys from England. Another good thing as well is how friendly everyone is. Very friendly.
Yeah, very polite and friendly. Always very welcoming. The food's amazing. Loads of different things to do. Loads of different things to see too. So yeah, amazing.
So how about the bad thing in Vietnam?
I'd probably say the driving. Everyone driving. I nearly had my foot run over by a moped.
Very hectic. Yeah, very hectic with the drivers. A lot of people all the time. So yeah, just very hectic. But other than that, everything else good.
So how would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
I'd say back in England, everyone's a lot more. Obviously, I don't work out here. I'm just out here travelling. So obviously that's completely different. At home, obviously, we go home, we work, we do our profession. But in England, everyone's a lot more. I'd say they go about their day. What's the best way to describe it? I'd say a lot more organised, like 9 to 5. Everyone has their set jobs that they go to and they do for the rest of their lives. Whereas out here, everyone sort of has their, I don't know, side hustles. I say more. You know, they're working in their restaurants more, a lot more taxi drivers, etc., than in England.
Well, basically just the same. We all have very different lives, but I'd say your guys is a lot more hardworking. I'd say probably to ours, and you're always on the go. Whereas you guys don't, I wouldn't say you ever stop. So I mean, you probably definitely have a harder lifestyle than us, definitely. So, but yeah, so that's it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Israel.
Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
Good thing, there is a lot of nature here. Beautiful nature. The people here are very kind.
Can you tell me one bad thing in Vietnam?
I don't have.
How would you say your life in your country is different from life in Vietnam?
So in my country, it's more expensive to live. Here it's more cheap and to travel and get around. And my country is so small. Here it's so big.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you like the food in Vietnam?
Yeah, banh mi is my favorite. Banh mi and
banh mi.
pho.
What do you like the most in Vietnam?
The people.
What do you find difficult about living in Vietnam?
I think the salary. It's hard to live here because the salary it's not too much.
Where are you from?
I'm from France, next Paris.
Can you tell me one good thing and bad thing in Vietnam?
The good thing, I want to say people, like friendly, people were welcoming, is good. But the bad thing I want to say,
and the food,
you like,
it's good food.
Right.
So how about bad thing?
That thing I want to say, pollution, the river, we can see there can be a problem, that the pollution.
Would you consider living in Vietnam, or do you want to live in Vietnam?
It's complicated. It's not our country. I don't know if there are jobs, if we can have a job, it can be complicated. So
where are you from?
I'm from Argentina.
Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
Today I went to know the Cuchi tunnels and the delta of the Mekong River, and I love the people living there, how they live like a natural life in the delta of the Mekong. The organic food they eat is really good, you know.
Can you tell me one bad thing in Vietnam?
I haven't seen too many things, but another good thing that I have seen here in the difference with other countries in Southeast Asia is that you have a bigger middle class, you know? For example, in Indonesia, they have a lot of rich people and a lot of poor people, you know, not a middle class. And I'm seeing more like a proletarian middle class here. I think it's really good.
How would you say your life in your country is different from the life in Vietnam?
Yeah, for sure it's different. We live a less strict life, I think, in South America. We are more used to connect with people with not so much strict rules and everything. That's what I'm feeling here in Southeast Asia.
Where you from?
I am from India.
Can you tell me one good thing in Vietnam?
It's a very good people and very good people, smiling face, happily every time.
So how about the bad thing in Vietnam?
Nothing bad thing.
How would you say your life in country is different from the life in Vietnam?
Only cultures, different cultures, so just not big.
What do you like the most in Vietnam? Just one thing.
It's I love Ho Chi Minh City.
What surprised you the most in Vietnam?
Nightlife.